Hello, how are you guys doing? My name is Janet Carr. In my day job, I work for Link 3D, which is now acquired by Materialize. But during my free time, I'm supporting women in 3D printing as a volunteer, currently as a board of director and supporting Next Generation. But today we're going to talk about the TIPE 3D printing conference. And we're so excited that you have participated and registered as a delegate because we have so much in store for you. But this video is going to be designed to make sure that you are set up for REMO and that you will have hopefully the best experience on this platform. So first things first, welcome. This platform works best on Chrome browsers. Please get the updated one. And also preferably not on a Windows 8 because the system doesn't run as well. You can hear things, but you won't be able to interact on the virtual networking floor. Now, let's say you said, hey, I prefer using my tablet or my iPhone or my smartphone. You can do that, except it doesn't run as well because the system was designed more for a browser experience, kind of like Zoom, but it still works. Do note, if you are a speaker, please don't use your tablet or smartphone during your presentation because we won't be able to pull you up. That's a side note. So how does this work? So on the day of, you will receive this link, and that will be the link for you to enter this environment. The floor will actually be open as of January 17th, so you can set up your profile in advance if you want to, and kind of tour around and see where are the different sponsors located, what are the different type tracks, and also explore where you can find the virtual career fair and who is looking to hire. All right. So now you're on Chrome, you've entered the system, you're logging in. Do note that when you do log in, it will prompt you to sign up. So you will have to create a username and password. And once you create a username and password, it will prompt you to do a tech check. Okay, so kind of like this. I'm going to sign out and I'm going to do a login. You can do a single sign-on login with your Google as well. And then I can join the event. And it will get you to do a tech check. So make sure you choose the right camera, the right microphone, because there's ample virtual networking experiences. And you can also test your audio.
Can you hear me?
Exactly like that. Okay. Do note that if you are on Chrome, sometimes you might have security features set up. So you can actually click here on the little lock button to make sure that your camera, microphone, sounds all set up properly. If you do run into any challenges, you can click the need help button. They have a bunch of resources, but also you can click need help and chat with someone. Typically, they're able to respond within 3 minutes, and you can hopefully get on your way very soon. Okay. So when you're ready to go, you can join. And the system will bring you into the Type 3D printing main stage. And so as part of the Type 3D printing event, you'll notice that there is quite an awesome floor of activities. It's very overwhelming at first, don't worry about it. And typically it will throw you at a different floor. So right now I'm on the 8th floor and you'll notice that how many attendees are here, 1. So let's say, for example, I want to go to the 1st floor because I wanted to, let's say, visit Stratasys. I can click on 1. And then I can look for Stratasys and they are at table 1.04. And so if I wanted to chat with folks that are there, I can double click into the table just like this. And then I can turn on my camera, turn on my mic, and I can chat away. Do note that you can also update your camera settings here. There is virtual background, but it does take a lot of power. So just mind you for that. You can also choose your camera settings. If you do use platforms that have background setup like Snap or you can actually choose that camera here, and then the virtual background will also show up if you want. Otherwise, a thing to note is you can also add your microphone. So do note about microphones is you can use your computer microphone if you have. You can also use your headset. Do note that if the headset is a little bit old, sometimes the quality of the sound doesn't come through as well. And you can also use Bluetooth, but sometimes Bluetooth, the quality of the sound is not so good either. So I recommend a cord headset if you can, and ideally a new one or something that's not too rusty and old, so that you have the best experience possible and there won't be any kind of echoes that you might experience if you were to just use your computer at face value. All right. So we went through how to virtually network. You jump on, you turn on your camera and mic. Do note that you can go into tile view. So tile view will blow up everyone's faces, and then you'll be able to, see everyone kind of like you would in like a Zoom or Teams meeting. And then there's also floor view. So floor view is kind of fun because you'll see everyone's faces like toggled on this like horizontal area. And let's say, for example, you're looking for your friends in the area. You can actually see everyone's heads like you see mine right now. And so what you'll want to do is you can actually control click the person, and you'll be able to see that there's send message and then there's get the person. So you can use the get function to bring people to your table so that you can then curate discussions. So let's say, for example, I wanted to bring in a polymer expert, someone that works at a service bureau, and then someone that's like an OEM user, and let's all have a discussion about, FDM versus resin printing. You can do that because, we're in 3D printing, additive manufacturing. Everyone in this industry loves to share their insights and, go deep into different details. So that's a little bit about virtual networking. You do have tabs here where you can go to the Sched software to build your agenda if you want, and also the access the type agenda here. And you can also learn more about each sponsor from Trump, GE, Additive. We also have Matter Hacker, Stratasys, and SME. Little information section so that you can learn more about who's our platinum sponsors. If you wanted to drag to the right, you can see who are all of our gold sponsors and also silver sponsors, and get to know them as well. All right, so there's a couple things. Part of a conference is there's talks, panels, and presentations. So how do you get there? There is this drop-down menu called events, where it's a directory of the different events that are taking place. So the tech track, industry track, people, and economic stage. And then on January 20th, there will also be open the virtual career fair. So the virtual career fair is set up in 2 sessions. There is the European session and the North American session in green for Europe, blue for North America. So if you wanted to go visit and hear from AMT as an example, do join on both European and North American times, and then you will be able to meet them on floor number 1. Let's say, for example, you only wanted to meet, let's say, DMG Mori. You'll notice that they're only available in the North American time. So they are located on floor 3 at the virtual career fair. So we hope that you join as well, because right now there's a lot of people hiring for such amazing roles, and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on potential new career changes or career opportunities, especially if you're just graduating. So let's say I wanted to go visit the technology track. What's really cool is the technology track has different track leaders at different time zones. So we have Amy Elliott as our North American leader, Laura Drake as our EMEA, and Alex Kingsbury as our APAC leader. So if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to the different track leaders and digital ambassadors, and you can find their information here. So let's say, for example, we wanted to go to the people track. Okay, you click in here. You can also click in here to access that. And under the people track, you'll see that you are brought into a room that's not necessarily designed for networking. Basically, there's tables of 2 because we want to make sure that you pay attention to the presentations. But if the event hasn't officially started yet, you can browse around and learn more about the sponsors by clicking on these buttons on the right-hand side, and then also reviewing information about that. So one thing to note is during the presentation, the system will go into presentation mode. Ideally, all the presentations are recorded and live streamed so that you could review it after the fact. So don't worry if you missed the presentation. We are going to make sure that it is recorded so that you can access it from our YouTube channel. So do go to Women in 3D Printing YouTube channel, and then you'll be able to go to the TIPE 2022 playlist. You'll notice that there is, this is the presentation mode. So if a presentation's already happening, you'll go directly into presentation mode. There's no like extra room you need to go to or a specific special floor. This is it. This is the link. Okay. So you'll have general chat. So general chat is where you can share your sentiments. You have a perspective. Feel free to share it. We'd love to hear from you. Sometimes we're doing special announcements. You can do that here too. If you have specific needs and wants, you can also put in the general chat so other people in the industry can help support you as well. There's also participant lists. So this is everyone that's currently on the same talk. So if you want to mix and mingle with folks afterwards that were also in the same talk, feel free to message them by clicking the message tab. One thing to note is there's also the Q&A. So the Q&A is kind of fun because you can actually ask questions anonymously. So let's say we want to know, how long will it take for us to print houses on Mars? You can ask it anonymously or with your name. Laser powder bed fusion versus binder jetting. What are your thoughts? So you'll see that you can also ask these questions anonymously, and then that way no one else knows that you've asked it. The interesting thing about the Q&A tab is it's kind of like Reddit where you can like upvote your favorite questions. So all the questions that have been upvoted will rise to the top, and then therefore the track leader for the presentations will then tackle those questions from top to bottom. Okay, so as they're being answered, they will be removed. In the case for panels, the moderator will be answering this Q&A. Please make sure that you take the Q&A questions and put it in the Q&A tab, because if you put in the general chat, it is unlikely that we'll answer those questions. You can also share some emojis if you want to. So that's about it. This is how the platform works. Do note that there's a couple of pro tips here if you want to take some. If you are in here during a presentation, but you want to jump into a different presentation, you can simply click on this events button and jump over. Okay. Special networking tips are people are more likely to connect with you during a live event from experience. That's what I know. So feel free to use LinkedIn to connect with other folks in the industry, because we all want to make sure that we keep the community growing. One thing we want to also invite you to do is to sign up for the Women in 3D Printing newsletter. Not sure if you've ever been to our website, but there's a slew of wonderful resources. There's a job board in case you're looking for a new job. If you want to get involved, there's many ways to do that. And then if you want to review what kind of local ambassadors are available for you in your area, you can basically take a look here and find them so that you can maybe start a happy hour, a factory tour, whatever it may be in your local scenario. Speaking of people, Women in 3D Printing will have a virtual career fair. So let's hop in there for a quick second. So as part of the virtual career fair, like we mentioned earlier, there are 2 sessions. So during this event, there's a couple things to note. It will be separated in lightning rounds of presentations from all the different companies, 3 minutes each. So you can get a brief idea about what the company does, what's their mission, who are they hiring, would you be a great fit, so that you can then take the time during the recruitment rounds to go meet the different employers. So you'll notice that if I wanted to go and learn more about, let's say, Azel, because we saw, if you're on LinkedIn, you might see like Tuan Fan posting a lot about this Wilson 3D printed racket. So here you'll say, if I wanted to talk with Azel or Beehive, you go to floor 3. So you click floor 3 here. And then you'll notice that Azel is right here. So you can double click. There might be the case where the table is completely full because it's designed for networking. So past 8 people, the table will be full. So if that's the case, feel free to go meet another organization on the same floor, and you can keep yourself on floor view like this, so that when you know that there's an opening, you can double click into the table and then go right there. But let's say, for example, you wanted to go meet a different employer and have a one-on-one discussion. We have these tables for 2s where you can go meet folks on a one-on-one basis. So you can say, hey, actually, can we talk more privately? And likely, if they're not too busy, they'd be willing to, or if they have enough backup folks, they would be willing to. Otherwise, we do recommend you to get your pitch prepared so that you can follow up later on. That being said, what we want to do is thank you for signing up for the TIPE 3D printing conference. We're ecstatic to have you join us. Just make sure that you're ready to go by reviewing all the different amazing agenda of women speakers, and then log in so that you can build your own agenda so you don't miss a thing. All right. So on that note, we're really excited to have you. Thank you so much for signing up for the TIPE conference. We can't wait to meet you next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and hopefully continuously build a thriving community together. Signing out.